Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series of public speaking because you want to be the best you can be in the field. Someone told you that you can speak well. Why not be a front of the room speaker? Maybe you're in a position of control or power by being a supervisor or a manager of team members. Or maybe you just would like to get your content out or some videos out. Either way, there's some great institutions that you can go to and get formal training, but there's a cost. Even there's organizations that just specify just on public speaking, but there's a cost. We came up with a way to give you content and a video because if you know that practice is king, you can take the rest. So, looking at public speaking today, I would like to take a slither out of that most of you probably know as poetry. We call it the spoken word. Spoken word refers to an oral poetic performance art that is based mainly on the poetic as well as the performer's enthusiasm qualities. It's a continuation of the ancient oral tradition that started in the late 20th century and focuses on reciting, word playing, such as the performer's live intonation and voice inflection. Spoken word is a catch all term that includes any kind of poetry recited aloud, including poetry reading, poetry slams, jazz poetry, and even involved with hip hop music. You can also include comedy, but unlike written poetry, the poetic text takes its quality less from the visual aesthetics on a page, but depends more on that individual to make that poem come alive to you, the audience. Spoken word has existed for many years, long before writing through a cycle of practicing, listening, memorization. Each language drew on its own resource of sound structure. And with that, there were poets who came to give the oral word to the people, some with laughter, some with humor, some always with a message. Poetry, like musicians, appeared to the ears to be very effective, soothing, common. If you speak it and it hits home, you can have tearjerkers happening with the people who read or go to a performance. The oral tradition is one that's conveyed primarily by speech as opposed to writing. Always remember that. Now, when we come to performance in front of a group or on a Zoom, performance poetry, which is really kindred to performance art, is just what it says. We are there to entertain through the line of poetry. If we can find a way, no matter what country, what culture, to get more people to read and like poetry, now their creative talents can kick in to do all type of poetic things, individual, group, theater performances, local oral artists, whatever it may be. We're getting that spoken word out so you, the public, can enjoy. Now, can it include some other things like gyros from Africa or historians telling a story through poetry? Yes, even in ancient Greece, the spoken word was the most trusted resource for the people. It made them think, it made them look at things prospectively different, whether it was economic or dealing with politics. The ancient Greeks included Greek lyric, which is similar to the spoken word poetry, even in the Olympic Games. So if you have some poetic talent behind you, you're still public speaking in front of an audience or on Zoom. We're waiting to hear your interpretation of whatever the subject matter or content will be. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series on public speaking. And as always, in parting, you go out and you make it a champion day.